The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests. If you're a sensitive snowflake that may get easily offended, then turn this off immediately. If you want to hear the real truth about the gun culture, then stick around. This is the Armed Citizen Podcast.
This awkward silence was brought to you by Clover Tack Productions. What's going on, Ghost Squad? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number 164. Today's date is Tuesday, October 27th, 2020. If you're out there, like, you know what, before I do this, I want to take this off. It's kind of hard to breathe in this thing. Hold on just a second. Look at the hair. All right, so we got that mask off. Thought I would, since we're doing a Halloween thing, I figured, you know what the hell, let's do this right. But welcome everybody once again to the show. If you're out there live on the Facebook side or on the YouTube side, make sure you say hello. We don't know you're out there unless you say something. If you're new to the channel, new to the show, make sure you say hello and tell us where you're from, and we'll make sure that we get you in and say hello. Get a shout out if we can. If you want to comment or ask a question, make sure you put in the comments, tag one of us in the panel, and we'll make sure that we try to get to those questions as long as they're somewhat on topic or something interesting enough that we want to answer. If you want to call or text in, I know, put the mask on. I get it. I got a face for radio, baby. A face for radio. But if you want to call or text into the show, you can at the number below on the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by our good friends Rod and Shelly Gates of the Gun Cleaners. It's the cleaning solvent and lube that I use. And if you look right there, there's the lube right there. As a matter of fact, I think everyone on the panel here are good friends with Rod and Shelly, know them personally and use their products. Great products. Glad to have them part of the show. So go check out the Gun Cleaners. That number is 530-364-4678. David Garnett out there on the Facebook side says, hello from Missouri. What's going on, David? Let's see here. We are here in Arkansas, and we're going to bring in our panelists for the night. We got a couple more that are going to be a little bit late, and that's okay. Take the other mask off. You know, it is what it is. But from the great state of, I guess it's a great state, the Palmetto State. Is that what it is? I think it's the Palmetto State of South Carolina, fresh off going to shoot at USPSA Nationals down in Florida. Michael Woodland. What's that, Magic Mike?
Not too much, man. Just sitting back, chilling, relaxing. Glad to be back home after dealing with that heat in Florida because it was raining. And then, of course, you know, after it finished raining, it gets hot. But one thing about it is that
it's like a sauna. Yeah,
it was horrible. But the best part about it was one of my friends, one of his firearms went down, and the oil he was using, it wasn't helping him out any. So I gave him one of my bottles of the Gun Cleaners, helped him out, ran perfectly for the rest of the match.
How about that?
That's what I'm saying. Seeing is believing, right?
Seeing is believing, for show. So that was a 3-day shoot down in Florida, right?
Yeah, 3 days, gruesome days down there with the top shooters in the nation.
That's awesome. I hope you had fun. I hope you got out what you wanted out of it. I know you had some adjustments that you made just prior to the shoot that might have messed you up the first day or so, but lessons learned, right? Lessons learned.
Yeah, it took me out the runnings, but you know, that military mindset, we're not going down without a fight. So I still stayed in it all 3 days. As I told you earlier, as long as I didn't get DQ'd or got sent home early, that was always the win-win of everything, because everything else in between was a learning lesson. So best foot forward, step forward with it, and make it do what it do.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Our next panelist is from the great state of Texas, the tactical leprechaun himself. What's up, Clove?
Oh, I'm sorry. What? I was busy there.
Yeah. The sad thing is, someone up there mentioned on my thumbnail that I missed the leprechaun. This dude already has his own day. It's called St. Patrick's Day. So,
right.
Clover gets his own day that no one else can touch.
Yes.
We have Obnoxious One who wears orange. So he's got the whole damn season of autumn and fall that he can wear that orange and be fine. So, the ghosts come out on Halloween. So this is like my time. This is my day. And if you're a patron of mine, over there on Patreon, you've kind of seen a sneak peek. You see about half of the project that I'm working on that'll be released, I think, Thursday. But it'll be fun. It's going to be a little Halloween parody and spoof and all of that with some cool range time and all of that as well. But Clove, how you doing, man? Everything good?
Yeah, the weather sucks. Other than that,
yes, it does. It's cold and rainy here.
Yeah, same way here. It sucks.
Yeah, I think today the high was 46 today. That was fun.
What? And it was like 82 degrees here.
I noticed you were in a short sleeve shirt. I've got like 4 layers on.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought you just had the AC turned all the way down.
No, it's actually part of the Michael Myers costume. So I want to hit the whole thing.
Wow.
Midnight says, did I just say I was coming out of the closet? No, that was years ago. I came out of the closet a long time ago. So that's what it is. Don't ask, don't tell. Isn't that what they said, Mike, when we were in the 90s? Don't ask, don't tell?
Correct.
Yeah. Off the X, my homeboy Lance. So
I came out, but then they all asked me to please go back in. So
yeah, well, that happens. Yeah. Not everybody has great taste.
I know. He's like, you just don't got what it takes, man. Just go back in the closet. I'm like, okay.
Yep. Jacob says, which do you guys prefer more, candy or some snack food? I'm a candy guy. I'm a hard candy guy. I like peppermints, Jolly Ranchers, like butterscotch, like hard candy. I like it all. And I could eat snack foods and soft candy and all that. But if I like hard candy. My dentist really loves me, so I have to go with hard candy. Mike, what about you? Are you a snack food guy or candy guy?
I'm more a candy guy.
Chips and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm more candy because even like when I was in the military, going on patrol, I would always dig in my pocket, pull out jelly beans or gummies, whatever I had.
Gummy bears. Always had gummy bears, man.
Exactly. But right now, my favorite ones are those green gummy frogs from Harborough. So it was between Lifesaver gummies and those green frogs from Harborough, but I'm more for the green frogs.
I like Now and Laters are pretty decent, but like the soft stuff, I love gummy bears. I mean, we used to stuff some of our cargo pockets with gummy bears all the time.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever had like the Swedish fish? Those are pretty good too. They're called Swedish fish.
The only thing I don't like about the Swedish fish is when you start chewing on them and how it spreads in your mouth and it like kind of sticks to your teeth. And it's kind of irritates me when you got one big clump on one side and you're using your tongue and trying to pull it off, because I really don't like putting my fingers in my mouth and moving stuff around,
No, I understand. Clover, what about you? Snack food, candy? What's your poison there?
Probably candy. Love me some chocolate, man, especially anything.
I'm not a huge chocolate, and I have it like every night. I love chocolate cake and I love brownies, but like chocolate bars, like I've got to be in the mood, like fiending for chocolate, which doesn't happen very often.
Well, not just chocolate itself, but Kit Kat, Reese's, Twix.
I'm all about some Kit Kat. Every now and then I'll cheat, and I like Butterfinger. Has never been a big thing, but Butterfinger is pretty decent. But they have they have this little bite size called Butterfinger wafers. They're kind of like what are those things called? But it's Butterfinger wafer. Oh man,
It's kind of like a Take 5 almost or something maybe.
Yeah.
or a nutty bar, like a little
a Nutter Butter, but it's Butterfingers. So Rod's out there on the Facebook. Rod, we just talked about you and Shelly. Happy anniversary, belated happy anniversary. Want to send that out to you live. And Mike was telling a story about he down being at Nationals that someone's gun was malfunctioned with their oil, and you want to tell it real quick. So Rod was there. He'd love to hear that, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I'm down in Florida, and just got finished raining, and it was smoking hot down there. In a matter of 3 seconds after the rain, I was in a deep sweat. This person who was shooting with us, his firearm went down. And what we attributed to was the oil dried up on it because he was starting to have a lot of malfunctions. Gave him a bottle of the gun cleaners, made him happy. The rest of the day, it ran smooth for him.
So you're saying you gave him a bottle of that?
Well, it was a smaller bottle because I put myself a smaller bottle when I travel, just in case somebody needs it, and I'm not giving out all the good stuff.
I understand. So we're talking about we're shilling for the gun cleaners, and all three of us are good personal friends with them. Know them in person. They are not robots. They are real people. Good people is that. So yeah, there's them out there. Chocolate covered pretzels. You get the sweet and the salty. That's a pretty good combination. Someone was talking about sour. Now, I love me some Sour Patch Kids. That's one of the few soft candies I can. Oh man, I love Sour Patch Kids. Love those things.
I'm not a fan of the sour candy.
Yeah, Kit Kats. Yeah, I can eat some Kit Kats too. Twix. I have to be in the mood for Twix. But yeah, so Lance is out there, and I want to congratulate Lance. We got some devastating news. Lance and I sit on the board at our local gun club. Got some devastating news Saturday morning that our president, who's a good friend of ours, and he was up in South Dakota doing some pheasant hunting on a trip for a few weeks, and didn't wake up Saturday morning, and no previous health conditions that we know of. And great, over 70-year-olds in great shape. Did all that, and it's nuts. So our vice president moved up to president, and we voted on it yesterday, and it was wasn't unanimous. We have one. You always have one jackass, Yeah. But I talked to the president on the vice president moving to president on Sunday at our fun shoot, and kind of had an idea about moving Lance up because Lance done a great job. He's our youth director at the club, done a great job and has a passion and a lot more things than I want to do. And I said, why don't we move Lance up to VP, and we can always appoint a new youth director. He can run both if he wanted to until we found a youth director. Went through yesterday, all the board voted. He got all but one vote, and that's just, it is what it is. He's an old kraut. That's what it is. But I want to say congratulations to Lance. Lance is the new vice president of our gun club. So awesome. He does a great job out there. So we got the board how we kind of want it right now, and it's a great thing. We got a lot of young, energetic people that are wanting to do a lot of good things, and so we're excited about that. What's up, Sandhill Shooter? What's up, Sandy? You need to go check him out at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. I'm assuming he's having a show tonight on the Get Off My Lawn podcast over at Sandhills Shooter. Go check that one out.
I got this old crotchety sucker that's over the board on my range too, man.
Yeah,
He sucks.
Actually, he's not over your range. He just thinks he's over his range. His wife is actually the one who runs the show there, but we'll let him think that he's in charge.
There you go.
Yeah, your range is out that door. I'd love to have that one.
Yeah, that's why I said it's really, really crotchety dude, man. That's over that. Yeah, he sucks. I don't like that guy.
So he says they are indeed having the Get Off My Lawn podcast at 10 Eastern. So in a couple hours.
Sandy been rubbing elbows with some big 2A players. You been seeing that?
Yeah. He had Amanda on. I think he's had Diane recently. Tony and Rob and yeah, he's had some good guests. And what's up, Ape? Yeah, he's doing a really good job with the Get Off My Lawn podcast. Really enjoyed that one. So I always watch that while I'm eating after this show's over.
He don't invite us D-listers anymore.
No, and we're too small for him. We are. I don't even know if
Figuratively and literally.
yeah, right. I don't even know if we're D-listers. We might be like E-listers. But
We're definitely D-listers.
Oh, we're definitely D-listers. Okay.
Oh
no.
yeah.
All right.
We have the SHOT Show certification to prove it. Remember?
Yes, we do. We have the photo to prove it too.
Yep.
Before we kind of jump into the fun stuff, we do want to bring up a congratulations to new Associate Justice.
Say it right.
Associate Justice Amy Coney Barrett.
Associate Justice Chasing Amy Chili Cheese Corn Dog Barrett 50 BMG.
Oh, my bad. Barrett BMG. Yep. Was confirmed late Monday evening, and to the despise of the Democratic Party, she is now the new Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. So congratulations. If you guys haven't read up on her or know anything about her, she is incredibly intelligent, very impressive. She's a constitutionalist, so I would say that she is going to be a wonderful, welcome addition to the court. So congratulations for that. G23 says, I don't know. Ghost was on his panel. I was on your panel. They had a good discussion going into that one. I enjoyed jumping. I don't jump into a lot of panels anymore. I usually listen to them in the background, but I usually don't jump in on much anymore. Ronnie Barrett's on the Supreme Court. Awesome. That's right. Wow, this is something interesting. Tactical Dad Bod, which I love the name, by the way. And if you need help, we can come up with a really cool logo for that channel. Because he says, because of you guys, I'm starting my YouTube channel. Fantastic. Welcome to the dark side. That is awesome. We need as many pro gun, pro two-way cameras out there. If you need any help at all, reach out. Any of us are probably more than happy. What I suggest to do is on Thursday nights at 8 Central, 9 Eastern, over on CloverTack's channel. He has the studio podcast, CloverTack Podcast Studio.
Only cost $100 to get on the panel.
It only costs $100 to get on the panel, but he does a lot of the tech side of running YouTube channels and analytics and all of that stuff. And so you might want to check that out because he can probably help that out. Speaking of which, I don't even know if you've come up with it yet, but what is the topic for this Thursday? Have you thought about it yet?
Yeah, we're going to talk about like audience retention and elements of the video and how to kind of keep that up and that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, there you go. Dad Bod, that would be a great one to tune into as well. And I'm sure that if you'd like to, if he's got room, he could probably get a hold of CloverTack at clovertack@gmail.com or media@clovertack.com, and he can probably get you on the panel if you want to sit in. I'm not going to speak for him.
Yeah, get him on the invite list for sure.
Yeah. Get him on the invite list and first come, first serve at that point. But yeah, the Dems are complaining and all that. So
when do they not? When do they not?
A week from today, guys, if you haven't already, and I voted a week or so ago.
Yep.
But if you haven't already, a week from today is election day. So it's going to be very crucial to get out there and vote. We need all the numbers that we can get to help protect the Second Amendment and everything else that we love. I'm not saying you got to vote for a certain person. Just vote your heart, vote. Just vote more than anything. Just vote. That is the single duty that every American has, is the vote is your voice. And it's not just for the presidential election. It's for your senators, your congressmen, governors, more importantly, your state representatives, your mayor, your aldermen, your justice of the peace, your sheriffs, your local city council, county judges. All of those people are actually going to be probably more important because that's where you're actually going to see any infringements or regulations more at the state and local level. So make sure you're voting for that as well. Are you going to say something, Clove?
Nope. I was agreeing. I was agreeing, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Election for what? I haven't heard. Yeah, apparently there's an election going on next Tuesday. It is what it is. And
I think it's to pick the next. It's to pick the next American Idol winner or something. I think maybe.
Is it the American Idol or is it the Voice? I get those two mixed up all the
I don't
time.
remember. Could be America's Got Talent. I
Who's
get all
gonna
those.
do Bachelorette?
I get all the
new
Simon
Bachelorette?
Cowell stuff mixed up. He's got way too many shows.
He's got a lot of money too, though.
That's true.
Does anyone know how the vote went? Pretty much down party lines.
Yeah, it was not bipartisan at all.
It was not bipartisan. I think it was interesting because I think it was Ted Cruz during the Judiciary Committee hearings. It was either Lindsey Graham or Ted Cruz, one of the two, said that if it was any other year, then she would have been close to a unanimous decision from the entire Senate, both sides. But because of the election year, they're playing politics and all that. It's one of those. She is very impressive. 52-40. So there was one Republican that crossed lines. There you go. That's important that we had a little bit of a cushion there on the Republican side. But I think we have a 53-47. So one of them must have crossed lines. I think that there was a couple that crossed lines on the vote to end the debate. But I think that was because more or less they felt like maybe they were trying to rush this. But there was one, obviously, that didn't think that she deserved to be in the Supreme Court. So there you go. What is the ACB, or what is it? Amy Coney Barrett. That's her initials, ACB. It's a long name. Amy Coney Barrett. She's a new associate
That's
justice.
why if you're going to say that, I say Chasen Amy Chili Cheese Coney Barrett 50 BMG. I mean, if you're going to say that much stuff, you might as well have some fun with it. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. Senator Collins voted no. Weston says. There you go.
Oh, shock! Right?
I mean, talking about the actual poster boy of Rhino. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. She's come over to the Republican side on quite a few things.
On some things, but most of the stuff she is. I mean, she is just. I don't know. I think a lot of times she votes just to piss people off. I really do.
Well, she's from Maine, and Maine is a weird.
The
way that Maine's. Yeah, I'm not saying that that necessarily, but the political landscape or whatever, the way that it's divided up, the districts and all that. Maine's a weird place. So.
She said she stood on principle because she was against Obama. I mean, I get that. And I guess there's a part of me that can respect that. Maybe because she knew that her vote, it was going to be okay anyway.
They let her do it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They said, okay, we can give that up because that happened here. My state senator, we had, what was it? I forgot what bill it was now, but it went through in the Senate. But in talking about state, this is state legislature. My senator here, which I've known the guy for years, my grandfather worked for his family and all kind of stuff. I don't know that I'll ever vote for him again. He crossed party lines, and he's the head of the Senate here. My senator is. What is that? The president of the Senate? Whatever. Anyway, he crossed party lines. Now, there was enough votes for it to carry, right? But he crossed party lines. And it's like, why did he do that? He did that to curry favor as the Senate president. And that it ticked me off, and it ticked a lot of other people off. Because, like, I get it. I get that it's political theater, right? He knew he had the votes. He lined all that out to say, okay, you guys are doing this good. Then I'm going to jump ship. That way I don't look so bad to the Democrat side of things. You know what I mean? But that's still BS.
My homie Hans over there on the Facebook side is new horror movie idea. Trump after re-election, he floats the idea of working with the squad and giving them what they want. Pack the court with 3 more justices and watch the head spin. Would be interesting. That would be interesting.
You know what's going to be, what I think is going to be interesting, and particularly if the Republicans are able to keep the Senate. It might even happen more so if the Democrats do take control of the Senate. But a lame duck Trump I think it's going to be really interesting.
I hope it's interesting, and I hope it is, because I think there's a lot of things he could do.
I think he's going to go berserkoid on some crazy executive orders and just all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, I think.
And I don't know. I'm not saying it's all going to be good or anything, but it's going to be interesting to watch, I think.
Yeah, no, for sure, it's going to be interesting. Before we go any further, I do want to, because it's the beginning of the show, and I want to bring it up before it gets too late. I'll probably bring it up here a little bit later. But over on our Spreadshirt, and I'll put the link over in the chat. But over on our Spreadshirt, we've got some new designs that are kind of cool. This one says "Hell No, Joe." You know, he's talking about the assault weapons thing. I mean, you can get them in different, obviously not just pink, but in a lot of different things on baby clothing, shirts, mugs, men's, women's shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, bags, hats, everything. Any of our designs you can get on anything with different colors, and they'll ship directly to you. So you've got the Hell No Joe. These are all original designs. And you have, obviously, the Second Amendment is America's constitutional homeland security. Love that one. Get those on all sorts of different cool things. Then you've got, this one's one of my favorites. It's a well-regulated, it's the Second Amendment, kind of made into a different logo that you might be interested in. It's kind of cool. I am shilling myself, you're right. Then you've got the ghost flag with the We the People in there. That was
that's pretty neat.
Yeah, pretty cool design there. I put the American flag inside the ghost. And then you've got These Colors Don't Run. I don't know why they put pink on all of these pictures.
You can set that.
I know.
I thought your wife was the one who designed and put colors up.
You know, but she probably did. But, you know, you can get it in, you know, like I said, you can get these in different colors. You know, they've got all sorts of cool stuff you can get them in. I like that one. Going back, we have our normal Ghost Tactical. You can get these in everything as well. These are holiday seasons coming up. If you want to, we got the Armed Citizen Podcast gear. If you're interested in any of this stuff, that logo looks pretty good on gray or black or white. It looks pretty cool. So, and then this is one of my favorite ones. You are the gun lobby, which is so true. You are the gun lobby. Love that one. I am pro gun. Are you? Then I love the old fully semi-automatic. This is one of my favorite designs. It took me forever to design that picture, but it comes with the following components: the turning big bullet holder, the high capacity banana clip, the multi-grade night vision telescope, and the shoulder folding thing. So that's a fun one. And this has been our most popular. We sell more of this design than anything else, including just a regular Ghost Tactical. But the ATF sounds like fun. Who's bringing the food? That was a fun one to make. And the last one is, if I'm here, this is not a gun-free zone. So anyway, so yeah, like I said, the link is out there in the chat. Feel free to shop if you like. If you've got some really cool Christmas ideas or anything like that, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. So there you go. Let's see here. All right, so October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so that is probably why everything is. It could. I didn't think about that, but that is probably why they're putting everything pink. That's a pretty good idea. I actually do love pink G23. I wear, actually during the summertime, I wear a lot of pink, pale pink. I got no problem with pink. I just noticed that all the designs were in pink, but that actually makes sense. Maybe with breast cancer awareness. 223 says, if you had a 3X in that hoodie with your logo, I would have bought one. It is not my shop, bro. I just put the designs on there. email Spreadshirt. They might be able to get you a XXX if you ask for one. I don't know. The Reapers out there. What's up, Grim? And let's see here. Sandhill Shoes. So tonight's topic, we're going to talk about, have some fun, talking about the best horror / slasher / Halloween movies and villains. And this is I love horror movies. But Sandhill Shooter says horror movie idea, Groundhog Day scenario, but the whole world gets stuck in 2020. That would suck. I ain't gonna lie. 2020 sucked, man. I would not want to be stuck in this one.
That's pretty funny right there.
Yeah, it is. I like that. I like that. Sandhill says, you wear salmon colored polo shirts. No, that I'll leave that to Ross Geller. He wears all the salmon shirts.
Winterberry. It's Winterberry.
Oh, okay. Some people call it coral. Some call it, different things. But so I don't know, Clover, Mike, are you guys fans of the horror / Halloween / slasher movie genres at all?
I'm okay with up until the point it gets into the gore fest. I don't do that stuff, but
yeah, I don't do what is it, Saw and some of those.
Yeah,
those
I don't do that.
Weird
Saw, Devil's Rejects, those The Hills Have Eyes, pretty bad. But yeah, the classic stuff. The what am I thinking? The Halloween's, Friday the 13th.
Nightmare on
Elm Street, yeah.
Poltergeist, all those, yeah.
But Poltergeist is one of those that it don't hold up. I remember it, and I guess we're jumping into this now. But Poltergeist is one of those that I can remember as a kid. I can remember watching that, and it would scare you absolutely to death. You watch it now, and you're like, huh? You know what I mean? It's just and honestly, a lot of the horror films are that way now. I guess you grow up and you live and you learn and whatever. But, but that one just for me, as I've gotten older, just does not hold up. I was like, what was I at all? So I don't understand what I was scared about.
Yeah. Yeah. Sandy says Saw and all its sequels are not really horror movies. They're just gore. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The slasher, gory stuff. I mean, they're all part of the same kind of genre. I'm not a big fan of the slash gore. I really like scary. I mean, I like being scared. I'm trying to think. Oh God, what was the name of that damn movie?
Don't do it for me. Like horror movie? Nah. I mean, I can watch it, but if I was to watch a horror movie of some such, there might be one scenes in the movie that might catch me off guard. Just enough to make me jump, but not enough to make my heart pound. And I'm like, oh, I like that feeling. I just never really connected with horror movies.
Right. No, I hear you. There was a movie that's one of my favorite movies that scared me actually, because it's like something that really happened. It's called The Strangers. I'm trying to remember I was trying to look for when it came out. I'd say maybe 10 years ago or something like that. Liv Tyler was in it. Might have been more than 10 years, but Liv Tyler, and basically it was like her and her husband / boyfriend, whatever, were in their cabin in like the woods, and it's like midnight, and someone like rings a doorbell, and she's like, "What the hell?" She goes, answers the door, and there's nobody there, and she's like, "Okay," rings the doorbell. And then there was like this girl there, and she was like, "Is Sally home?" She's like, "No, I think you have the wrong house." She's like, "Okay." Rings the doorbell. "Hey, is Sally here?" "Think you have the wrong." And it was basically 3 or 4 people that they just traveled around and just terrorized people. And how they choose their house is whoever answers the door first. And it was crazy. If you ever need to watch a good one, it's called The Strangers.
Liv Tyler was a thing for a while. I don't know what happened to her.
Yep. Gary, you got a link in your email, I believe. If you would like to join, you can jump on. So does Snob or anybody else that wants to jump on. Rich, anybody else wants to jump on, let me know. I'll put the link out in the chat, and you can come on in. But Yeah, there were some good ones. For me, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw Friday the 13th, like the first one, I was like young kid. And I don't think a 5 or 6 year old needs to be watching Friday the 13th, the original one, at 5 or 6 years old at night with your buddy. And that was just, it scared the piss out of me. It did. I think it literally scared the piss out of me.
If you was to watch it now, would the same part scare you, or would you still be?
I love it. I love it. That scared me. I enjoyed watching Nightmare on Elm Street. I really enjoyed because Freddy was funny, dude. I mean, he was just hilarious.
Yeah.
And then my favorite of all time is Michael Myers. I loved Halloween. The original in '78 was awesome. They had 3 or 4 other ones. 2 was okay. 3. There was one of them that Michael Myers wasn't even in. It was a weird ass movie. It's like whatever. But they had one in 2018 just called Halloween. But it was a 2018 version. It was Jamie Lee Curtis was now grandma, and Michael Myers had been in prison for 40 years and obviously breaks out of prison and all that and comes after her. I actually liked that one. Snob says, I don't think the heater's on in his office, so probably freezing out there. So he's basically being a puss. That's okay.
Sounds like it.
Now, Patriot in the Dark says, Christine. Christine was a good one. I saw someone up there mention Carrie. Carrie was a good one.
Was Christine about the car?
The car, yeah. Yep.
Cujo.
Cujo. Okay, so Cujo, was it a scary or was it just like?
I was gonna say that's more like a thriller.
Yeah.
Cujo, I think Cujo to me is like Poltergeist. It's one of the things that was scary at the time, but now it's like, huh?
Yeah, and Midnight says it was Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Yeah, he wasn't in one of them, and
well, I mean, you didn't have Jason. You didn't have Jason in the first Friday the 13th, and you didn't have Jason with a hockey mask until what, the third one?
3, yeah, for sure. I think it was at least 3.
Yeah,
and they had like 10 of them, didn't they?
Oh, good Lord! There's so many. They got up to like 8 or 6 or something, and then they went all off into the weird ones that weren't even numbered.
Yeah. Ooh, I forgot about this one. 223 is the Amityville Horror. That was misspelled it, but that was also back in the 80s, man. That was a classic horror movie. That was a good one. A lot of people will sit there and it's not a Halloween type thing, but one of the best one, Hellraiser, that Helen says Hellraiser that was a good one. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of Hellraiser.
I forget about the Hellraiser stuff. I forget about Pinhead, but yeah.
Yeah, Pinhead. I mean, it's what it is. You had, oh shit, what was it called? Candyman or something like that?
Yeah, don't say it 3
times.
That
was a weird one. Yeah, that was a weird one, but it was good.
The one whereas it was like a little doll or something.
Chucky. Play.
No, not Chucky. You have to do something like figure out the puzzle or something to get out and go to the next one. Oh man, because when I was a drill sergeant, one of my battle buddies had me watching these movies, and I found it interesting. Like all of them did some type of crime or did something against somebody.
I don't know.
And they
Puppet
locked
Master
them up in this little maze thing. And I had to figure out how to.
Puppet Master. Yeah.
There's a couple good ones out here in the chat. You got The Shining, movie, fantastic. Guns and Barbecues, Jeepers Creepers. That's just a weird one. That kind of freaks me out a little bit, and I like being freaked out, so it's all good. But that was a weird one. Yeah. The Omen. Oh yeah. Was that Damien? Was that The Omen? Damien?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was The Omen. That was a good one. Jigsaw. I'm not a big Saw guy, so that's just not something. But I tell you, and I was in Camp Pendleton. This is in the mid late '90s, somewhere in there. and a bunch of us went because a lot of us, we like those kind of movies. But there was a movie that came out that said it was going to change the genre of horror movies. And we're like, no, you're not going to. But it did. And it was Scream, the original Scream with Ghostface. I thought the original Scream was a fantastic movie. I really did. Sandhill Shooter says you're thinking of Cube. Does that sound familiar? Cube?
I'm about to look it up right now. I was just about to write them, so I'm about to look it up.
Yeah. The birds, you start talking about Alfred Hitchcock and you've got a lot of Vincent Price's movies back in the day. Yeah, those were good. But yeah, Scream was a great one, a great movie.
Scream is one of those, even from the very first time, I just didn't get it as a horror movie. Scream is funny. And I can't get my wife to watch it for nothing, but me and the kids would watch them all the time, especially around Halloween. We would have a Scream marathon, and we would be in there just rolling. It's just.
Now, Scary Movie, fantastic.
Oh, God. Yeah, even better.
Yeah. The Conjuring. Oh, yeah, I forgot about The Conjuring. And Pet Cemetery. Man, there's a lot of great ones out there.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Would you say, Mike?
I remember Pet Cemetery, but the movie I was talking about was called Saw. I just looked it up.
It's called what?
Okay. Yeah, that's a gore. That's a gore fest. Saw.
Yeah, that was just man, with Jigsaw. Yeah, that dude Jigsaw freaks me out. I'm not lying. It's just a whole weird thing. What's up, Gary? How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
What's going on, Gary?
We didn't even bring up Pennywise. We didn't even bring up it.
I was about to. Yeah.
But
what gets me, I can handle the non-supernatural. I can handle the Freddys and the Jasons and the Michaels and that. What really gets me is the stuff like The Conjuring and The Exorcist and
The Exorcist. The Exorcist.
Good Lord, what is the other ones? The Crucifixion, Ouija, all of those that are like supernatural type. Like demons and supernatural stuff and all that stuff freaks me out.
So
that movie called The Stuff or something like that.
I don't know. I haven't heard of that one. Yeah. I will say that there is a movie that I will not watch. Will not. My wife will not watch it. Period. And the American version of her was good, but apparently the Japanese version is literally the scariest movie ever made. It's called The Ring.
Oh, yeah.
It's The Ring. I've seen all those highlights of the movie, and that one right there is going to freak me out. So I've never watched The Ring, and I never will.
Yeah.
But I understand it was if you've liked that, it's a phenomenal movie. It's just, oh my God.
Yeah, that's one of those.
The basis of it is you get a videotape, like a VCR tape. And if you watch it, you're basically, it says at the end, you're going to die within like a week or something like that. I mean, it's just, and it's scary as shit. I mean, but The Ring, man.
So the one that hasn't come up, Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn. Forgot about that one. Yeah. Yeah.
How about Snakes on a Plane? That ain't exactly.
Oh my God.
That's scary.
That's a scary ass movie just because it's about snakes.
I'm going to tell you what, I took off. I can remember I literally we closed the shop at lunch. It's like, what are we going to do? And I'm like, me and I had one employee at the time, and it was like really slow. And at that time we were open on Saturday, and it's like, you know what? Let's close at lunch. Let's go over and just catch a movie. It's like, all right, cool. Right. And that was one of the three things on, because only three things at one time at that theater. And that was the best choice going by the name. Right.
Right.
And you know what? I wish we'd have stayed at work.
That's
one of the most horrible movies ever.
Favorite and probably underrated movie is Rose Red. I've never heard of Rose Red.
I haven't either. No.
The scariest movie I've ever seen that I actually got up and left the theater. I've only done that once. And it wasn't scary because it was a scary movie. It was just scary how bad it was with the Spice Girls movies back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
That was a waste of whatever it cost to go to the movie back in the day. Back then, around California, and I was like, man, there's some good looking girls and Spice Girls. I'm gonna go watch that movie. I think like we left literally within 10 minutes of the movie starting, so it was scary how bad that was. The worst movie I've ever seen. What
about Split and those?
No, see, I don't think those as being horror movies, like Glass and Split, and what was the original one with Bruce Willis on the train? Unbreakable. I don't think those as horror movies. I just think they're phenomenal movies. Split, in my opinion, is one of my favorite all-time movies.
Yeah.
That dude, how he didn't win an Oscar, maybe he did. If he didn't win an Oscar for that, I don't think he did. Something's wrong. That was one of the best movies I've ever seen. And Glass wasn't bad, but Split is a standalone movie without knowing plots and all of that being a part of this trilogy. Split was unbelievable. Yeah, for sure. Final Destination. Do you guys get into the Final Destination ones?
No,
I watched the first one and I was like, okay, I get it. But then there was really no other, there shouldn't be 11 other Final Destinations at that point,
Yeah, I couldn't.
Is that the one where they was escaping death?
Yeah, because like they were supposed to have died and they lived, and so like death was, I want to say the original ones, like they were supposed to be on a plane or something. The plane crashed, but they didn't get on the plane or something like that. And so death was chasing them to make up for them not getting on the plane or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was something like that.
I want to say
the first one's okay, but I don't know why you need 10 more of them,
Right.
Tremors was good. So
yeah, but that's one of those that is really a horror movie. It's more of a
sci-fi type stuff.
More of a sci. But in your zombie movies, do that too. Your zombie movies are kind of cross genre in a way.
Yeah, and I'm not. I mean, one of the greatest movies. I know people are going to laugh at me, but I love it, and it comes on this time every year. But you have the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is not a horror movie. But it's a great movie,
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's awesome. Yeah, definitely.
Ellis is out there. What's up, Ellis? Ellis, like I said, I'm gonna put the link out there. If anyone wants to jump in, I'll just put the link out there and feel free to jump in.
But yeah, if there's anybody out there that has never watched Rocky Horror Picture Show, that has to be a Halloween staple.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I saw that, I was in college. And I and a buddy was driving around town, and it was on the marquee at the theater there in the college town where I was. And I didn't know anything about the movie, so I didn't know what to expect. So we go in to sit at this. You know how people, when they attend this in public, they tend to role play?
Oh, yeah.
And they bring all the stuff with them, all the props. And we're like, what the hell is going on here? People are squirting water and throwing toast all over the place.
There is
the show that goes along with the movie is worth going to.
Yeah, if you actually see it at the theater, it's twice as good that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, every Halloween, the theaters around here will do special showings of Rocky Horror Picture Show. And if you go, you'll be one of very few people if you don't dress up.
Yeah, and you might as well. I mean, if you're going to go, then you got to do it right. Big Kids out there, he's got a link out there. You can join in, but he says arachnophobia. That's kind of like, to me, like snakes on a plane. Just because spiders and snakes, it could be in a comedy movie, and to me, it's a horror movie. I just don't like spiders and snakes.
I don't either.
House of Wax. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. I don't even know that.
So
one.
anybody mentioned The Exorcist yet?
Oh yeah. That was one of the first ones that was talked about. If for no other reason, at the time, obviously the scene crawling on the ceiling and all that, it was just creepy and freaky as hell. I mean, especially back then,
creepy.
That was creepy. I just remember, to me, the ones that kind of stick in my mind as a kid were Halloween, Friday the 13th. I love the Nightmare on Elm Street, but Poltergeist scared the piss out of me.
Well, which Halloween? One of the Halloween movies where they were able to concentrate on people and make their heads explode and stuff like that. What movie am I thinking of there?
Scanners.
Well, that wasn't it, but it was along those lines. But they were getting these kids would watch his TV show, and if they watched his TV show, it flashed at a certain rate or something, and it would kill these kids. It's really weird.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
There's some truth to that. There are my brother-in-law had a girlfriend that had a daughter that had something wrong with it. Okay, I don't know, I can't tell you, but like cartoons, she couldn't hardly watch cartoons because they would induce all the bright colors flashing with a cartoon. Like with real life TV was fine because the colors weren't as vibrant, but like a cartoon, it would induce seizures.
Halloween 3, Sandhill Shooter says.
Yeah, and that was the one that sucked. I hated that. I watched it because I thought it was going to be their Halloween movie, but Michael Myers isn't in it. I'm done. So I didn't watch that ever again.
Yeah.
That's the man right there.
But I'm old enough to remember. I wasn't much of a fan of the Freddy Krueger movies, but
I love those. He was awesome. He was
Jason movies. What was it? Friday the 13th. I remember seeing the original Friday the 13th in the theater.
Yeah, I saw that when I was like 5 years old. And
that was the best of all of them, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, I shouldn't have watched that at 5 years old.
Yeah, that was scary.
I was spending the night at a buddy of mine's house, and he had an older brother who was like 5 or 6 years older, maybe even more than that. He was like a teenager, and we were like 5 or 6, whenever it was. And so he had it on with his friends, and we're like, "Oh, let's watch it," And I was like, "Oh my god, what the hell's going on here?" I remember just being scared to death. I didn't watch a Friday the 13th for a while, probably 5 or 6 years, and then I caught back up. But yeah, for me, Nightmare on Elm Street was fun because of Freddy. Like I said earlier, Freddy was funny. We used to go around school and all that going 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. And I love Nightmare on Elm Street, but no, I've never heard of this. I'm getting a lot of good suggestions, but White Noise. Anybody heard of White Noise?
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Yes.
Yep.
Warsaw Patriot brought up Ghost Rider. I was thinking of that earlier. I didn't know if that qualified or not.
Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to put Ghost Rider in there, shouldn't you also put Spawn?
Or how about Ghostbusters?
Yeah, White Noise. I don't know.
Scary movie was the second, the last Ghostbusters. That was a scary movie.
Oh yeah, the remake.
Or how bad it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, after Ghostbusters 2, you're almost like, well, that was horrible. And then they come out with a remake, and you go, oh, Ghostbusters 2 wasn't so bad after all.
Paranormal Activity, though, yeah,
that was a good movie.
That was. I didn't know there was multiple. I just know the original one. That was a good movie.
So
Amityville Horror, that was.
Oh yeah, Amityville was great.
Thumbing through movies here, just kind of looking at some stuff. I see one that I seen on Netflix a while back, and I'm wondering if anybody out there has seen it. Brightburn.
Brightburn, no.
Because I remember seeing the trailer on Netflix, and I was like, that's really freaky. So if you're out there and you've seen it, chime in. Let me know if I should watch that.
All right. So what we're going to do, a bracket. All right. We're going to do a 10 thing bracket. So all of us on the panel here are going to get 2 choices.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 of us. We're going to start with Gary. Gary, what's your first pick to be in the bracket?
Well, let's go with Friday the 13th. It's got to be on there.
All right, hold on here. Let's do this.
Are we talking about like a villain, or are we
just no? We're not doing villains right now. We'll do villains here in a little bit. We're just gonna do the movies, like your movies. I'm gonna share. This one. So you said Friday 13th. That means the original, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Clover, what's your first one?
Poltergeist.
Good movie.
Poltergeist. I misspell it. Poltergeist. I believe that's how you spell it.
Yep.
Man,
I think so.
be close enough.
Ellis, what's your first?
The Thing.
Ooh, that's a good one. The Thing. Mike, what's your first pick for horror movies, scary movies, whatever?
I'm gonna go with The Grudge.
The Grudge. All right. And I'm gonna go with. Oh, let's see here. How do we want to do this? We want to seed these or no? Like, I think Friday the 13th should get a bye.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm gonna put Friday the 13th out here. I want to put. I think Halloween, the original, should get a bye. I'm being biased, but are we good with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Halloween. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take this off because this is gonna be a play-in round. That one's definitely. Mike, going back to you. Mike, what's your second pick?
My second pick, Psycho.
What is it?
Psycho.
Psycho.
Oh,
It's a
That's
good
going
one.
back away.
yeah.
Psycho. I'm gonna give that one a first round bye. You guys have a problem with that?
Mm-mm.
I
Kind of a
think
classic.
No, that was a classic, dude.
Oldie but goodie.
Ellis, what about you?
My second pick.
Yeah, second pick.
Oh Lord, give me a minute.
Okay, Gary, what about you?
Carrie,
Carrie?
the original. Yeah.
Good movie.
A good movie. Clover, what about you?
Oh, Pet Cemetery.
Another good movie.
Pet Cemetery. Ellis, you ready?
I'm gonna go with American Werewolf in London.
That's a good one too.
Werewolf. I'm gonna go with The Ring. Actually, I can't because I've never seen it, so I can't really put it in there. But it's just a scary ass movie.
Oh God, forgot that one.
Well, do we go 6? Do you want to go 15 or 16, and we can do more?
I mean, you know,
I'm
so many ghosts.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go with The Ring. We're gonna do it at 10. So the first one is going to be Carrie versus Poltergeist. Carrie versus Poltergeist. So I'm going to out there. Start. You guys have about 30 seconds to kind of get your votes out there, and I'll say stop. In the meantime, Ellis, Poltergeist or Carrie?
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. Gary,
That
what
little,
about you?
the little
go ahead.
girl, dude.
Ellis?
The little girl turning around saying, "They're here." You know, just that was fucking creepy.
No, I hear you. Gary, what do you say? Poltergeist or Carrie?
Well, since I'm the one who suggested it, I better go with Carrie. Besides, that
All right.
one scared the devil out of me when I was about high school age. And I happened to be with a date in a drive-in when I saw that movie, and I liked to come out of that car when that hand came out of the grave at the end. I was not expecting that. I'm like, whoa!
You know what we're gonna do? I feel like we're missing some really good ones out there. I want to go.
I just thought of one too.
I can't
I'm
think of.
gonna-
I can't believe nobody mentioned The Exorcist.
Well,
Blair
that's what I'm saying. There's some good ones that we
Oh.
haven't done. So I'm going to go to a 16 team bracket. All right. So what was you have Carrie, Poltergeist,
Damn, I just thought of another one.
The Grudge. Is that what you said, Mike?
Yeah.
Mine was Halloween. What was yours, Clover?
Poltergeist.
Okay, Ellis, what was yours?
The first one was The Thing.
Thing, that's right. Let's see here. I'm gonna go back over here. Gary, what was your second one? You remember?
Oh, there's so many to pick from.
What was the one you picked second last time? You had Carrie, you picked first, and your second pick
Friday the
was
13th was the other one.
Friday the 13th, yeah. Okay. And then Mike, your second one was what?
Psycho.
Psycho. Right away. That's just.
Yeah, I'm just ashamed I forgot about Psycho. That's one of.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
There's an H in there. Psycho.
Psycho.
Yeah. Clover, what was your second one?
Pet Cemetery.
Cemetery. Let's see here. Ellis, what was your second one?
American Werewolf in London. Another classic.
Yep.
Put The Ring down here. So we've got several other ones. Obviously, Exorcist for sure. Don't we think?
Oh yeah.
What else? Let's look out in the chat. You guys.
How about the original Fly movie, The Fly, with Vincent Price?
I've seen it a couple times. We have to put that. I never saw the original. I saw the Jeff Goldblum or whatever version.
Amityville's out there, and I think Amityville.
Oh, Amityville, yeah.
Yeah, that.
How do you spell Amityville?
Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
AMITYVILLE.
AMITYville.
Mm-hmm.
Or
By the way, that's a real place. I've been by there.
yeah.
Mhm.
Just looking out there in the chat. Blair Witch, Conjuring, Misery, Saturday Night Fever, Blitz.
Texas
That is
Chainsaw
cool.
Massacre.
Oh, Texas Chainsaw. What do you guys think about that
Yeah.
one? Good one?
Hey, Gremlins, for crying out loud.
Wasn't the original Texas Chainsaw based off of real events?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a real thing. We've got 2 spots open. Does
How about
Nightmare on Elm Street belong in there? Or do you guys say yay or nay on that?
I think it.
What was that?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I would think it would go.
I don't have an objection to it.
How about Hero and the Terror?
Who?
Yeah. That's, see, where are you guys at on Chuck Norris, for crying out loud? It's one of his better movies.
North guy, sorry. Let's see here, and we got one more spot. One more
Jeepers
spot.
Creepers.
Okay, we can come back to that. I'm looking out in the chat.
The Mist.
Witch, Silence of the Lambs, Blair Witch has been in a couple times.
The Haunting
The Pit and the Pendulum's out there.
or The
The
Shining?
Haunting, Conjuring, The Shining. What do you guys think? All those could be on there.
House on Haunted Hill.
House on Haunted
Yeah.
Hill.
Resident Evil.
What the? Get off the. What are you doing, dude? All right, let's pick one. We got one spot open. What do you think? Gary, what do you think?
I'm leaning towards stuff like either Christine or Cujo, one of those two.
Okay, all right. Clover, what about you?
You know, I tend to think something more classic, like maybe Night of the Living Dead.
That's a good choice.
Okay.
Seen that one lots of times. Yeah.
Ellis, what about you?
I'm going to agree with Clover on that. That should be on any list like this.
Night of the Living Dead. Mike, what about you?
We picking new ones.
Yeah, just we have one spot left on the bracket.
28 days later.
Also a good one.
Yeah.
I'm going to say The Shining. But we had 2 votes for Night of the Living Dead, so we'll do with that. Night of Living Dead. All right. So
Honcho says Rosemary's Baby. It's another good one.
Saw that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to be sharing so everyone can see this. All right, so our first, since we did it before, we're going to go Carrie versus Poltergeist. Carrie versus Poltergeist. I forgot where you guys were. I think Ellis, you said Poltergeist.
Yes.
Gary said Carrie, correct?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, Clover, Carrie or Poltergeist?
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. Mike, Carrie or Poltergeist?
Carrie.
Okay. Poltergeist scared the absolute crap out of me. And I remember earlier Poltergeist was mentioned, I think, a few more times out in the chat. So we're going to move Poltergeist into the spot. The next one is The Grudge versus Halloween. And if you're out there in the chat, start now. But Halloween versus The Grudge.
Talking the original Halloween.
The original Halloween of 1978. Yeah, the original Halloween with Michael Myers. Mike, what do you say?
The Grudge.
Okay, I assume that you would say that. Clover?
Man, that's a tough one. I'm going to go classic. I'm going to go Halloween.
Okay. Gary, Halloween or The Grudge?
Well, I've never seen The Grudge, so I'm going to have to go with Halloween.
Okay. Elvis, what about you?
Halloween.
Okay. The chat looks like they're going Halloween. I'm going to go Halloween as well. So Halloween. Moves on. Next is this could be a good one here. The Thing and It. Out there in the chat, we're talking The Thing and It right now. So Ellis, what do you say?
The Thing.
The Thing out there. All right, Gary, what about you?
I'm gonna go with It.
It. All right, Clover.
It.
Okay. Mike, It or The Thing?
The Thing.
Ooh. Let's see here. Man, it's kind of split out there, isn't it? Out there in the chat, go with The Thing or It. You got about 10 seconds left. And man, it is split. It is literally split out there. Okay, it's starting to get a couple on there.
It's still pretty split.
It's still pretty split. It's going to come down to me, I have a feeling.
I think The Thing might have a slight edge.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no! It just closed it up.
It just closed it up.
Now it's ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Some people may be voting twice.
Could be. I haven't been paying attention. No, I don't think so. Mystic
There's
was.
one. There's only been
Mystic
one that I've seen. Yeah, there's only been one that I've seen that's voted twice. On the Facebook side, it's definitely taken over on the Facebook side. Looks like I was gonna pick it anyway because I don't remember. I mean, I know about the thing, but I don't remember the last time I watched it. Yeah, it's kind of taken over now. But I just remember Pennywise scaring the shit out of me. So we're gonna go it. Oh man, this is. I think I know it's gonna go, but it's gonna kind of break my heart. I think. But Exorcist and Nightmare on Elm Street. Exorcist or Nightmare on Elm Street. So out there in the chat, Exorcist versus let's just say Elm Street.
Yeah.
Exorcist versus Elm Street. Go ahead and start your voting now. Mike, what about you? Exorcist or Elm Street?
I'm saying Exorcist.
Exorcist. Clover?
Exorcist.
Gary?
Exorcist.
Ellis?
Exorcist.
Yeah. I love Nightmare on Elm Street, but it ain't going to beat The Exorcist. I think that's a clean sweep.
Well, if we're talking what we like, prefer what scared the crap out of us most. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
Exorcist.
yeah.
The first time I seen The Exorcist, I was probably 9 or 10 years old. Way too young to be watching that movie.
Yeah.
And it freaked me out. And certain scenes freaks me out today.
Mm-hmm.
If we're probably not going to have time, but if we were going to do a villain, Freddy's going to be up there. Freddy, might be a top 4, final 4 participant.
Freddy and Jason. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Myers, Freddy, Jason.
Anybody that can kill you in your dreams. You know what I mean? It's like, holy jeez, man.
Yeah, the other ones, they can kill you when you're awake, but Freddy can kill you when you're not awake, and that's what's scary. What's up, Snob?
Nothing. I just came in here to fix this because y'all are getting everything wrong, and that and you can't never have a tie because you have an even number of people. Where'd Ellis go?
Where did Ellis go? I don't know.
I thought I was coming in to fix it so you can have a tie and actually use the audience's input, and then Ellis is gone.
You kicked Ellis off. I see how you are.
He'll come back in. He might be internet issues or something. Wasn't the main character in the Rocky Horror the same person who played it?
Huh?
What? I don't know.
Main character in Rocky Horror.
So Rocky.
No, that was Dr. Frankenfurter was the main character. Rocky was the Frankenstein,
basically.
basically.
Spawn I guess you call it Spawn.
Yeah.
But I
just remember Meatloaf being in there. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. Susan Sarandon.
Oh man, hello.
Yeah. But what's dang it? What's his name? Frankenfurter. Damn it, the actor.
I can't remember.
Tim
Burton? Curry. Is it Tim Curry?
Tim Curry. Yes, Tim Curry.
I get Burton and Curry mixed up a lot.
Tim Curry is a lot of his stuff's awesome, and I mean he is such a fantastic job with that. It's crazy.
All right, so the next one we've got up is Friday the 13th and Night of the Living Dead. So I'm going to say 13th versus Living Dead. All right, Ellis, Friday the 13th or Night of the Living Dead?
Night of the Living Dead.
All right, Snobby.
I'm old.
Friday the 13th.
Okay, Gary.
Friday the 13th.
Clover.
I'm throwing Night of the Living Dead under the bus. I suggested that, but compared to 13th, 13th.
Okay. Mike?
I'm going Night of the Living Dead.
And I'm going to go Friday the 13th. That's 4-2. So Friday the 13th moves on. Be a good one. The next up, Psycho versus Pet Cemetery. Psycho versus Pet Cemetery. I'll start out and say Psycho. I'm going with Psycho. So Psycho's got 1 vote. Mike, what about you?
Psycho.
2. Okay. Clover.
Psycho.
Gary.
They're both pretty damn scary, but I got to go with Psycho.
Okay. We might have a clean sweep here. Snob.
I guess Psycho. It's
Pretty classic.
yeah.
Pet Cemetery is good, but Psycho kind of started the whole damn, not started, but mainstream started the whole damn thing.
But Pet Cemetery is also an excellent movie.
Oh man, great movie. Ellis.
Psycho.
Clean sweep. So Psycho. Psycho moves on. I love you, Ellis, but I don't think this is going to go the way you want it to go. American Werewolf, Amityville Horror. I'm going to go ahead and start with you, Ellis, because
You can start typing too.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Amityville's going to take it. So we're going to go with Amityville.
All right. Snob,
Amityville.
Gary.
Well, I like both movies, but as far as pure scariness, Amityville's got to take it. Yeah.
Clover.
Yep. Amityville.
Mike.
Following suit. Amityville.
All right. And it's Amityville for me. I mean, that's
Sweet.
I hate to
Rich
say
Fox
that.
out there crying about it.
Well, Rich, you can join in if you'd like. I'll put and I could, if you want to, I could just be host and not have a vote. If Rich wants to
everybody a vote.
Well, yeah, we're going to use the chat as the tiebreaker. So if Rich jumps in, we'll have an odd number in here. I just won't vote. I'll do the hosting.
We'll just give the audience vote two votes. Whatever the audience picks counts twice.
Okay, you can do that. But if Rich jumps in, if he jumps in, great. If not, it is what it is.
He says he can't.
Oh, he can't?
Yeah, wife's watching a movie, he said.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right.
His band's probably on anyways.
Yeah. So the next one is The Ring versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Ring versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm going to go with The Ring. Mike, what about you?
I'm going to say Texas Chainsaw.
All right. Clover.
I'm going Chainsaw.
All right. Gary.
The Ring.
Snobby.
Only because of the fact I've never seen The Ring, I'm going with Texas Chainsaw because I have seen that. But I have never seen The Ring.
Ellis.
I've seen them both. Chainsaw.
All right. Or is it 4-2 or is it 3-3? I can't remember.
4-2.
4-2. Okay, so 4-2. I thought it was 4-2. So interesting. I would call this a minor upset in the first round. All right. I'll call it a minor upset because The Ring, man, I just, it is what it is, but it is what it is. All right. So we're going back up to the top. You got Poltergeist and Halloween. Ooh, we're starting to get into some good ones here. Poltergeist versus Halloween. I'm still going Poltergeist. Mike, what about you?
With Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. Okay. Clover.
Why are you 1-1? You said you were going Poltergeist.
I'm going Halloween, dude.
You're
Halloween.
going. I thought you said you were going Poltergeist.
Oh, no.
So we got Supernatural, which you really can't do a whole lot about, versus psychotic running around. And the Supernatural scares me more, man. Poltergeist.
Gary.
Poltergeist.
Oh. Snob.
Halloween.
Ellis.
Poltergeist.
Son of a bitch. Halloween goes to the ground. All right. So Poltergeist.
He's just tired of trying to spell this every time.
I am.
He can always copy off the last one.
I can copy and paste. All right. Ooh, this could be a good one. It probably won't be close.
Yeah, I hate him.
The Exorcist. It versus the. See, Halloween destroys out in the chat. All right. It and the Exorcist. I'm going to start giving the chat 2 votes at this point. It versus the Exorcist. Out in the chat, go ahead and give us It versus Exorcist. Ellis, you go first.
The Exorcist.
Exorcist. All right. Snob.
It.
Okay. Gary.
Exorcist.
Clover.
Man, same as the poltergeist thing. I mean, it's supernatural. Exorcist, man.
Which one was that?
That's 3-1.
3-1. Okay. Exorcist over here. Okay. Mike.
Exorcist.
And I'm going to go Exorcist as well. So even with
chat doesn't matter.
If the chat had 2 votes, even if it would still be 5-3 if it was it. Exorcist is going to move on.
Not my bracket.
Your bracket. Feel free to have your own. Just having fun. Let's see here. Friday the 13th and Psycho. Ooh, this could be a good one. This could be really good. I thought Poltergeist and Halloween was going to come down. But, so out there in the chat, let's hear Friday the 13th or Psycho.
Well, this is
the original Friday the 13th.
These 2 movies are a very similar feel.
Mm-hmm.
They both have mommy issues. There's definitely that side of it. I'm going to start this one off and go Friday the 13th. Mike, what about you? Psycho or Friday the 13th?
Psycho.
Psycho. Clover?
I go Psycho.
All right. Gary?
Well, since it was my suggestion, I got to go with Friday the 13th.
All right. Snob?
I go Friday.
And Ellis?
Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's 4-2. So I'm going to give about another 20 seconds out there in the chat. And it looks kind of split, honestly.
Yeah, I'm seeing 3-3 right now.
Well,
wait a minute. No, 4-3.
4-3 for 13th.
Yeah, 13th. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to give a few
13th
seconds up there. Yeah, I think 13th is
Okay.
So the 13th is going to move on, which is kind of surprise actually.
Yeah, they're real close. They're real similar. Somebody out there said that Friday the 13th was a discount Psycho, and there's some truth to that.
Here's the thing: Norman Bates could be killed with a bullet to the head. Jason can't.
Yeah, but yeah, it's one of them unreal versus a realistic. I mean, hey, if you stayed in a motel, you literally could be staying in Norman Bates motel. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you this: has anyone? I know I have.
But also remember, the original Friday the 13th is not Jason; it's his mom.
That's right.
This is true. This is true.
It's his mom. But has anyone not gone to a hotel and not checked the shower? I mean, I think everyone knows that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time. Not like check it like before you use it. Like you walk in there and you make sure that. Hell yeah.
Not because of security reasons.
No, well, that too. But in the back of my mind, it's okay. All right, we're good. All right. This could be a good one. Amityville Horror versus Texas Chainsaw. Amityville Horror out there in the chat. Go ahead and let me see your votes. Amityville or Texas Chainsaw. I'm going to go with Amityville. Mike, what do you say?
Texas Chainsaw.
Okay. Clover.
Amityville.
All right. Gary.
Amityville.
Snob.
Amityville.
And Ellis.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
All right. So let's see what the chat says here. He could tie it up, but I'm going to give you about another 15, 20 seconds, which is actually a little bit more time because of the delay. But looks like Amityville one. Let's see here. Chainsaw. It looks like Amityville's kind of.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, I only see 2 for Chainsaw.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna.
I don't think Moo's vote should count though, because it's a Mootyville.
Yeah, Moose doesn't count for a lot of reasons, bro.
Well, that's true.
We're gonna go with Amityville.
Y'all need to be nice to Moo. Leave the man alone.
Instead of the creepy old house, they have a creepy old barn in Moo's movie.
Yes. What was that commercial? I think it was like Geico or something, where the kids are like being chased by a serial killer. Like, let's get in the running car. No, let's go to the cemetery. Let's go behind the chainsaws and knives and stuff. That was great commercial. Great commercial. All right, so now let's we're down to the final 4.
These are both going to be tough.
See, I feel Amityville and Friday the 13th should have been the last 2 there, but you know.
It didn't work out though.
I know. It's horrible. Not my bracket.
So, not your bracket. Not your bracket.
It is your bracket. You're here.
By the way, real quick before we move on, congratulations out to Snob. Snob hit 10,000 subscribers. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congrats, man.
Snob.
So the first meeting of the final 4 is Poltergeist versus Exorcist. This is going to be tough for Clover, I think. This is going to be a tough one because this both fits that scare the hell out of me supernatural shit, you know? So we're going to start with Ellis on this one. Ellis, Amityville. Oh, I'm sorry. Exorcist or Poltergeist? Exorcist. Go ahead and chat. Let's hear your votes out there. Poltergeist and Exorcist. Poltergeist or Exorcist? Ellis, what do you say?
They're both scary,
Absolutely.
but I do not think that Poltergeist holds a candle to The Exorcist when it comes to just fear factor.
All right, so Exorcist, Snob.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with Outlaw this time. Don't tell anybody though.
No one's watching this shit, so no one will ever hear it.
This is a ghost show. Nobody watches this shit.
No. Now, my wife doesn't even watch my show, so it's all good. Gary, what do you say?
Exorcist.
Clover.
You know, even though we're both in that supernatural realm, as you pointed out, man, The Exorcist, you've got Satan and demon level. You know what I mean? Exorcist.
True evil. Evil.
Exorcist.
Yeah. Mike.
Exorcist.
And I'm going Exorcist too. I didn't think it was going to be a clean sweep. I thought Poltergeist might pull a vote out there. Even the chat, it's pretty much. I mean, it's across the board. Exorcist. So Exorcist makes it to the championship. So now we have Friday the 13th and Amityville Horror.
Oh,
Remember,
man,
we're talking scare factor here.
I know.
Remember that, everybody.
So out there in the chat, we're going to go Friday the 13th versus Amityville Horror. And as a child and all of that, every part of me says that I want to pick Friday the 13th. But Amityville is such a good one. I'm going to have to go with Amityville. I surprised myself there. Mike, what about you? Amityville or Friday the 13th?
I'm going to go with Amityville.
Hey, Clover?
I go Amityville.
Gary?
Even though I suggested Friday the 13th, I'm going to have to go with Amityville.
I understand. Snob?
yeah. I mean, Friday the 13th is kind of the epic Halloween movie you think of,
No doubt.
but you're doing this as the scariest one. I have to pick Amityville, I think, if it's.
Yeah. That I'm the same way. Friday the 13th holds Friday the 13th and Halloween. Those both the originals, both hold special places in my heart. But Amityville, man, that's brutal. Ellis, Amityville has 5 now.
Midnight.
Imagine the faces on the producers when they explain the crucifix scene.
So if this was going to be a wrestling match, it would be a squash match.
See, how the hell are you wrestling into this conversation?
I'm good like that. Amityville.
Something like that. Amityville, so they get a clean sweep.
Exactly. That's what I just said.
You know, it's Amityville wins the chat also, but Friday the 13th had some love, and it has love in my heart. But man, those two just going the scary factor.
We need to do this next year.
Huh?
We need to do this next year and see who wins. See if we're going to have a returning
I
champion.
have a different list next year too. You know, I mean, there's some great ones like Scream, and there's a bunch of movies that didn't make this list. So yeah. All right, Exorcist going to the championship. Exorcist versus Amityville. Holy cow!
Heavyweights, man.
This is a heavyweight fight right here. So out there in the chat, I'm going to hit start. Let's say Amity versus Exorcist. So out there in the chat on both sides, Facebook and YouTube, feel free to start. Amityville versus the Exorcist. I'm going to start with Ellis. Ellis, what do you say?
Exorcist.
Exorcist. All right. Snob.
Amityville.
Gary.
Man, this is tough. Exorcist.
Clover.
Exorcist.
Mike.
Exorcist.
And I'm going Exorcist as well. I thought it would be a little bit closer, 5-1. So your champion is going to be the Exorcist. And I know that might upset some people out there. And Snob has already, from the very beginning, said this is hashtag not his bracket. We understand that. But I don't care what movies are put out there and who's facing who. The Exorcist and Amityville are both going to be tough to beat. I think The Exorcist is not only is it scary, but when you have the scary / creepy, which are two different things in my book, scary and creepy are two different things. But this movie brings scary and creepy and does it in a way that is pretty damn good. Exorcist is tough to beat. The Exorcist is really, really tough to beat.
And the second, did you ever see the second part of The Exorcist?
No.
There was a second movie, and it's pretty good too.
Patriot's got a good point. He said, "My ex." He said, "Anything's got X in it, it's scary." So.
Well, I mean, with Amityville Horror, you could leave the house, right? Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Exorcist, I mean, the demon's going to get you wherever you're at.
Wherever you're going. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's just.
Yeah,
no,
just the imagery in that movie.
Yeah, just
considering how long ago it was done.
Yeah, can you imagine if they made The Exorcist today, doing the same thing but with the technology of special effects and all of that? Can you imagine? Not changing anything, not making an updated version, shooting the exact same movie but with today's technology. It's amazing.
That was 73 for crying out loud. That was a long time.
I knew it before I was born, but I didn't remember exactly when.
Well, Amityville's 77.
Yeah, I was born for that one.
Well, I don't know if that's the movie or the book, though, to be honest with you.
Have you ever seen the behind the scenes for The Exorcist? The stuff that they actually cut out of that movie?
Mm-hmm.
No,
They cut some freaky shit out of that movie.
Yeah.
Things that, just wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine if it was too fucked up to make Exorcist or Amityville, either one of those. If it was too fucked up to make those movies, then that's some jacked up shit,
It was bad.
Now, Samuel was the third Exorcist that Linda Blair was back for. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
I pushed the wrong button. I do know that, but I didn't know that there was like a second one. There wasn't a Linda Blair one.
There was a second one, and I think there was a third. Linda Blair was in all three of them.
Elder out there says it'd be double X rated by today's standards.
It would be.
Out of all the movies that I have seen, I've seen a lot of scary movies. Only one of them ever gave me nightmares, and that was The Exorcist.
The spider walk is truly one of the creepiest, scariest scenes in movie history, probably. I mean,
yeah.
People who haven't even seen The Exorcist know about that scene,
Yeah.
Well, apparently, according to what was said, that they actually had her doing that spider walk up and down stairs and over ceilings in different parts of the movie. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, in all honesty, your bracket is correct, apparently, because I just typed in what's the scariest movie of all time, or the scariest movies of all time, and number one is The Exorcist on IMDb.
A very good grade.
Bracket's real.
Yeah, but The Witch is number two. I've never even heard of The Witch, I don't guess. 2015.
Huh.
About that.
Well, The Exorcist will always be the scariest movie ever made until they make a documentary about Hillary Clinton.
And there's a lot of movies I've never heard of on this list.
Okay, you want to share that?
Yeah, let me add my screen.
I'd be interested in seeing what the list is on
Chrome tab.
IMDb.
Stop.
All right, so can't really see it too well on my side. So we have The Exorcist, The Witch, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is third. Okay, Friday the 13th is. I'm assuming that's the original Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
What is number 5 there?
The Babadook? I don't know.
Never heard of that one.
I don't either.
Haven't heard of number 6 either.
I can't even pronounce number 6. I'm not going to try.
Evidently. Here's Halloween.
Halloween at 7.
High Tension. I don't know it either. I don't guess. 03.
High Tension. Never heard of that one. No.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead breaks the top 10. That's interesting.
Interesting.
I don't
would not have guessed that.
House of 1,000 Corpses.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard of a lot of these.
I hadn't either.
Ooh,
It follows Dim. Open Water. Okay.
Forgot about them.
The Descent. Now
there's Psycho.
Well, them's about giant ants, right?
What was it, Them? Yeah, no, it says a group of hooded assailants begin to terrorize them throughout the night after they wake up to a strange noise in their house. Yeah.
See, one of my favorite series is The Purge. But I don't consider The Purge scary. It's just
The Shining. Yeah, forgot about it.
Shining is a great one.
I just thought of 2 movies that we left out of this bracket that would have probably done quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Phantasm for 1, and Hellraiser for 2.
Hellraiser came up. It came up. Phantasm, I don't remember that bringing it up. Devil's Rejects, interesting.
It's more of a gore.
Seven's not a horror movie, guys.
Nah,
in my opinion. But that is one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
One of the best endings of any movie.
I mean,
Open the box.
Don't do it, man. You know it's in there.
I gotta watch this Bug now. I've never heard of it. An unhinged war veteran holds up with a lonely woman in a spooky Oklahoma motel room.
Ooh.
That's probably true.
That's the motel room overbooked a year or two ago for
Yeah,
probably so.
That's the murder motel, man.
Probably so.
Literally.
Same room.
Oh, The Hills Have Eyes. I forgot about that one.
Now, Don't Breathe is a great movie.
I've never seen it.
It's really it's a phenomenal movie. Came out a few years ago. Great. It really is a great movie. I just don't think it's on the level of some of the all-time greats. It's a great movie and you would enjoy watching it, but I don't put it in the level of the classics.
And Jaws is in there.
Really
Jaws is a different thing.
Yeah,
too.
but it's not a horror movie, you know?
Well, I put scariest movies to be technical. So.
Oh, okay.
I
Well, I mean, this way, there are a lot of people that never got in the water because of Jaws.
True.
So, you know, Halloween 2, that was a good one. Was it Halloween 4? I think Halloween 4 is when, like, the niece, the last scene in that was she gets in the clown suit, right? I think it was Halloween 4. I believe so. I might be wrong about that.
I don't remember.
You can get any of the Chucky movies in there.
Silent Hill. That was a good one.
So
Saw was, what number is that? 52?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any Chucky into the Scream movies.
Magic
I'm
should have
surprised
been.
the Strangers haven't been on there because that is a Hellraiser makes what is that 58? Wow,
Yeah.
58.
Wow.
That's kind of
Jeepers Creepers 61.
that's a good one, but I mean, I just don't think that's way too low for some of them. Event Horizon,
Ladder.
The Fly, there it is.
that the original one or
Yeah.
just one? Okay.
Oh, Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever. Forgot about that one.
Yeah. The Howling.
Howling was a good one.
Most of these I haven't.
So many of these I've never even heard of.
Cabin in the Woods. There you go. That was a really good one. I can't watch a lot of these with my wife because she doesn't like scary movies. So
See, there's Amityville Horror number 77.
Wow.
that's crazy to me.
And there's Poltergeist right behind
Right
it.
behind it. Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell?
What's wrong with these people?
Wow.
The Strangers finally makes it in at 81.
There's
There's
American
Wonder
Werewolf.
Werewolf.
82. Yeah. The Ring at 83. These people. Yeah. Okay. So this entire list, aside from The Exorcist being number 1, has been completely just put to shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity. I forgot about that.
White Noise down at 89.
White Noise. Yeah.
Child's
Grudge.
Play. Yeah, Child's Play is scary.
There's The Grudge at, what is that? 90 something?
92.
Okay. So, man, I guess you could sit there and say at least all of ours were in the top 100, you know, that we picked, but still, there's some weird.
I haven't seen Stephen King's It, so.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I
Surely.
haven't seen it on the list.
Are you serious?
Uh-uh.
Wow.
Wow. The original It isn't on the list. Wow. Okay.
Well, here's the thing though. The original It was released on television, not on the big screen. It was a miniseries.
It's still, I mean, that's.
Just like The Stand, the original The Stand movie was a miniseries.
It's true.
Obnoxious says, unless
That I
you're
remember.
at 2 a.m. in January at 10 below and you're on the deck of the house pop, you haven't seen a scary movie. There you go. Let's see here. I'm going to go up here. Evil Dead is a master. I still haven't seen that one. So Evil Dead is a masterpiece. That's something I need to go see it, you know.
Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to watch the Evil Dead movie.
I've never seen that either.
Really? Okay.
I'm telling you, Angel Heart, but nobody's ever heard of that except for Moo, I don't think.
I've never heard of Angel
That was a
Heart.
pretty creepy movie. I think it had Robert De Niro in it or something. It had somebody in. Who else was in it? God, there was some other famous guy in it.
The Shining. Shining's classic. Shining's classic.
1987. That's it. Let's see who was in it.
I would say we can. I'm not going to do a bracket for it because I'm not going to take the time to do that. but let's talk about villains. And when you guys think horror movies, and all that, who are some of the villains? I mean, obviously we know who they are, but like, I'm going to start with Ellis. Who's your favorite villain of the horror / scary genre?
Okay. You've got your Freddy Kruegers, you got your Jasons, you got your Leatherface. I don't think any of them come close to Pinhead for just pure, I'm going to fuck you up and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm going to laugh about it, Pinhead's up there, probably at the top.
Yeah, Pinhead is Pinhead. I remember seeing that the first time. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" But yeah, he was a good one. Snob, what about who's your favorite villain?
I don't know. I mean, Norman Bates is up there pretty high.
Yeah.
Maybe Hannibal too. I forgot about him.
Ooh, very good. Very good call. Yeah. Have you ever watched the TV show Hannibal?
I think I watched like a couple episodes once.
Oh man, one of the best. So the first season's phenomenal. The second season of Hannibal honestly might be the greatest season of television I've ever seen in my life. It was so good and it freaked me out so much that like I can't watch the third season. Like I literally have taken 3 months off. Like I said, I need a break. I can't watch it. It was so intense that I haven't even started season 3, and it's been several months now. It's like I can't take it. Literally, it's one of the best TV seasons of any kind of genre ever. It was the second season of Hannibal. Awesome. But yeah, Hannibal's a great series too. But Hannibal Lecter's character, yeah, that's about as good as it gets. Anthony Hopkins. Okay, so here's the thing. Had Anthony Hopkins not played Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs, do you think it would have taken off as much? Because I think Anthony Hopkins made it like if you write Hannibal Lecter, it's Anthony Hopkins now. Like I still look at Anthony Hopkins to this day and think Hannibal,
Yeah. Although he did do other roles, but you can't look at him without thinking about that.
Oh, he's one of the best actors of our lifetime, but he's always going to be Hannibal Lecter to me. Always and forever. Gary, who's your favorite villain?
I'm going to have to say Jason, because for years and years after that, if you wanted to be somebody on Halloween, all you had to do is buy a hockey mask and put it on, and you were Jason.
This is true. Steven out there says Jason can take hits. Yep. Matter of fact, I think he's been blown up before and come back. So I know he was struck by lightning.
Yep.
Clover, sorry, wrong bite. Clover, what about you?
So I don't know. I'm going to go outside the box, just kind of bringing up some maybe nobody's thinking about. And I don't know if this applies, but I think it probably does. We haven't mentioned this movie at all. But when I'm thinking about just somebody just being off their rocker, evil, crazy, whatever, Kathy Bates in Misery.
Oh, yes.
That's freaky, dude.
Yeah, I think she won an Oscar for that. She did. She should have. Yeah, she just terrorized that dude. Who was the actor in that?
And she's a great actress anyway.
Oh yeah, phenomenal. That was a great movie. Mike, what about you? Your
who
favorite
was that?
In who was the actor? I don't remember.
James Caan. It was James Caan. I kept thinking Godfather for some reason. I was like, he was in Godfather. Who is it? James Caan.
Yeah, man. 223 out there says Negan from The Walking Dead. Now that's a great character. Great character for sure. But Mike, what do you say? Who's the best villain for you?
I will have to say the character from Saw. Because
Jigsaw. Yeah, Jigsaw. I mean, as far as a character, that is a great character for sure. I mean, I don't think it's very much For me, it's all about Michael Myers. I love Halloween. I love Michael Myers.
I love Freddy. I really, really do.
But Freddy's probably my favorite as far as like overall, like, you know, I mean, Michael Myers is great, but Freddy, I'll put it this way. The reason why Freddy will always have a special place in my heart is after watching Friday the 13th, the original one, is the 5 or 6 year old, whatever it was. And I literally was scared to death. Like, I didn't watch horror / whatever movies there for a while. And Freddy was the one that brought me back. Like, Nightmare on Elm Street is the one that brought me back, and because it was scary, but he was funny as hell. Like, I mean, how can you not like Freddy Krueger? Like, he's like the evil just dude that you're actually kind of like, I want to hang with that fool, you know? I mean, Freddy was awesome. Yeah, for sure. Michael and Jason are homies, you know? Yes, what Stephen Elder says. That's the only thing. I did not ever see Michael Myers versus Jason. I had no desire to see that movie. I don't know if anyone else saw it. Tell me if it was good or not, but I had no desire to see it.
What?
It was the Jason versus Michael Myers movie.
You mean Jason versus Freddy?
Was it Jason? I thought Michael Myers had one with Jason also, didn't he?
No.
I remember Jason versus Freddy.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't remember.
I thought they had a Michael Myers versus Jason after the Freddy one. Okay, well, that's probably why I didn't see it. I didn't have it, but yeah, I did see the Jason versus Freddy. I'll watch that.
Wasn't that great?
I mean, of course not. It was terrible actually, but I thought there was one that was the Michael Myers and Jason one.
The idea of something like that is cool. The execution,
yeah, it is.
Pennywise,
not so much. Yeah,
Pennywise is a great one. Pennywise.
Any freaking clown, okay?
Oh yeah.
Well, but let's be honest. I don't think that the phobia of clowns really hit its peak until Pennywise. I mean, there are people that are terrified of clowns solely because they saw a picture of Pennywise. Have never seen the movie It, you know. Just saw a picture of Pennywise and are terrified of clowns. So there's a lot of people out there that will say Pennywise just because it is a clown.
Yeah, but Pennywise ain't even the freakiest clown. Have you ever seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Those are some freaky clowns.
Never did.
Tell you what, somebody mentioned Jason X.
Yeah,
and the Jason and Jason X is pretty cool.
I haven't seen that one. Is it something to go watch?
That almost needs to be like a Marvel or a DC villain or something. Almost. I mean,
Ooh. Final Destination. There is no bad guy, just death. Just
true,
right?
Yep, that is true. Elder. Maybe Pennywise, or it could be the Ted Bundy guy. When I first read that, I was thinking Al Bundy, and I was like, married with children? I was like, no, that was Al Bundy.
Al Bundy.
Says Bionic.
That's one of them shows that would go over like a turd in a punch bowl.
Oh yeah. All the time on Facebook, you know how the next video will be something and you'll go down a black hole on Facebook videos. There'll be outskirt or whatever of can't even think of the word of Married with Children. I'm like, wow, this was a really good show, but there's no way it could go on network TV now.
There's no way it would be on network. It would have to be on cable at this point.
I don't know that it would make it. I don't know that it'd make it on Netflix or Hulu or something like that without getting boycotted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that it could be.
Yeah.
Hashtag me too.
Right. And Archie, it's
Archie Bunker.
It reminds me. Married with Children reminds me sort of Archie Bunker of All in the Family.
That's what it was. So that's what it was. It was the modern at the time, the modern day Archie Bunker.
And you couldn't do Archie Bunker nowadays.
Not a chance in hell. and for a lot of reasons, but there is no way Archie Bunker gets made today.
Yep. Too many people identified with parts of that show. I mean, it took everything to the extreme, but I think.
You want Archie or Married with Children?
No, Married with Children.
Oh,
the stereotypes and everything in there.
I'm not going to lie. I only started watching because of Kelly. You know,
right.
And then I started watching, like, damn, she's fine. Then I started watching, this is actually pretty damn good, you know?
Right.
I watched Married with Children strictly for the insults.
Yeah. Then I love the series, Sons of Anarchy. So it was really hard to see Peg as this
right
biker queen, you know, and Sons of Anarchy. But yeah.
Well, Stacy was all into Modern Family for a long time. I noticed she was watching it all the time, and it's like you're looking at Al Bundy there, and that's all you can think of the whole time you're watching the show.
Honest to God, I understand that I hear it's a wonderful show.
It is.
I have never watched it one time because of the fact that I don't ever want to forget Al Bundy.
He's pretty funny in it, but
is he? I've never seen an episode of it. Anyways. All right, we've been going almost 2 hours, so let's get this going. Ellis, let's bring you in first. Plug what you want to plug. Say what you want to say. You've got your time. Go for
it. Next couple weeks, I've got some really good shows planned for Monday nights. This coming Monday, I've got the mayor of Roadkill Holler showing up on the show.
Town? Roadkill Holler is the town?
Well, he's a comedian, sort of. So, he's a great guy, very funny. He does his stuff mainly on Facebook. And then I've got Bob Hansel coming on the show here in the next little while. So, that ought to be interesting.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Absolutely, bud.
Snob, what about you? You got anything going on?
Nah, I ain't got nothing, but just remember what next Tuesday is. That's all I got to tell everybody. Pretty important day.
Absolutely. Gary, you got anything coming up?
I've got a whole video talking about what you need to do next Tuesday, so make sure and watch that. And, of course, Foul Territory Friday nights, Early Bird Chat Sunday mornings.
See, look at Gary. He's the over-damn achiever. He made a whole video on voting.
Hell, I couldn't even say it was voting. I just said, remember next Tuesday. That's how lazy I am.
I would have made a 10th of one or something, you know.
I've done 2 of them.
I would have dedicated a whole video. Mike, what's going on with you? Oh, yeah, anytime, bro. Mike, what about you? Anything coming up?
Yeah, bringing back the TheArmedCitizenPodcast on Tuesday, November 3rd. So you can check that out. The first episode of season 3. It will be released by 11 o'clock on Tuesday. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Munitions Weapons Tactical and M-W Tactical. And check out the videos that I'm putting up about what took place at Nationals, all 21 stages. And you get to see me fall on my face and recover. So that's what we're
interesting. Slippage or trip or what?
No, I'm just saying like the crap show that went on.
Oh, not literally fall on your face, because I'd tune in for that.
Nah, well, there was one stage where I almost fell, but it was because of it was a rut in the ground because so many people was running the stage with the same stage plan. So check it out. You see me almost fall and almost break the 180 on the fall.
Oh, snap. That would have got you to take it home. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. So check out, I can't remember what stage it was, but you just got to check on Facebook and Instagram and just stay tuned and wait for me to plug it up.
Are you uploading each stage as an individual video, or is it going to be one long one?
No, individually. So I'll probably end up posting about 2 or 3 videos a day.
Okay.
What else I got to post up? So like today, I only did 2 videos. So it was my first stage and then the announcement of bringing the podcast back. So tomorrow it might be 2 videos of Nationals with 1 video of something else.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Before we move on, before I forget, please go check out our buddy Patriot in the Dark. He's got the 1776 Hero Challenge going on out there, and on November 4th, This is next Wednesday over on Rick's Life show with Shooting with Disabilities. He's going to announce the first of the 2 giveaways for his 1,000 sub giveaway. So, but get involved with the 1776 Hero Challenge over on Patriot of the Dark. Go check that out. Clover, what say you? Anything?
Nah, not really. I got things going on. Got some stuff planned for Halloween coming up and all that good stuff. But yeah, as far as this was a fun show. Enjoyed it.
Are you going to do your normal Halloween festivities?
We're going to do something along the lines. We'll do the Edgar Allan Poe, and then we'll do something that I've got planned. I can say that much about it, but that's it.
All right. As for me, like I said, Halloween kind of seems to be the holiday or the day that I get to have fun with, and I usually do something every year with Halloween. This one, I've actually been doing this for filming segments for. It's been fun. If you're a patron of mine, you've seen half, a third, somewhere in there of the final product. So you can go up there if you're a patron, go see that portion of it. I've got the whole video. I think it's going to be released. I think it's Thursday. I want to say it's Thursday. Get ready for Halloween, but it's going to be a fun one. If you're a patron, you kind of know what it's about. Kind of. You at least know who the main character is. So if you're not, you'll have to wait till then. But it's been a blast to make. I've gotten really kind of creative and had a good time out in town, scaring some people. It's been fun. It's been a good time. A buddy of mine that owns a local McDonald's, he came by today. He bought himself. He stopped by to show me a couple new guns that he picked up. One was the SIG Rattler. It's his first AR pistol, and then he got another 308. He brought those by, and I told him, I said, "Bro, I was over at your McDonald's, and I don't know if you've heard or not, but I scared the bejesus out of a couple of your employees." And he started. I showed him kind of the clips of that, and yeah, he started laughing. That's awesome. You got to do that more often. But I can't really. If I do it like in May, I'm just a weirdo wearing weird clothes and masks and stuff. I can only do that like maybe the week of Halloween for it not to get thrown in jail. I will say that Walmart did not have a sense of humor and would not allow me to film anything on their premises. And fun, jest, and parody or whatever, they would not let me film anything. But Tractor Supply did, so that was kind of cool. Go figure. Guys, once again, go vote. Tuesday, November 3rd is election day. Most of you guys have early voting right now. Most of us have probably already voted. But if you're out there, go vote, please. This is going to be a very crucial election. We know that in years past, there have been some enemies of the 2A that have shown their faces over the years, but this one could get really nasty if it goes through. So we need to make sure you get out there, vote, and vote often. Vote every day if they'll let you. If you've got old driver's license for someone that's died, I'm some kids don't do that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Next Tuesday night, obviously, will be election day, and obviously we'll be having a show. What we'll probably be doing is at 7:00 Central, when this comes on, is when the polls will be closing here in Arkansas and other states across will be about the same time. We'll probably be doing a watch party, kind of see what's going on in the Electoral College. If you've never really watched election coverage, it's interesting because you'll have the popular vote, and then you have the Electoral College. And a lot of people, everyone knows that, but they don't really know how that all works. So we'll be doing some of that. We'll be talking politics. We're doing all that. But get out there and vote, please, and all that. Until next week, have a safe and fun Halloween. I'm assuming that in your hometown that Halloween hasn't been canceled. Some places it has been. But get out there, have fun, be safe with the kiddos, enjoy Halloween, stay warm, and go vote. Go vote. Go vote. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks to everyone who's watching live. Thanks to everyone who's listening and watching in replay or podcast. Thanks to everyone that was on the show with me tonight, and thanks to all my patrons and all that. We love you guys so much. We'll see you next week.